All right, Shalom, we're back. All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites. Come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America, to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird, get you to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in order in line with these law, statutes, and commandments, because the time is very, very short. All right? First and foremost, and as always, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us His truth, as well as the elder bishops. All right. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right. So, a lot going on. This week is going to be very interesting. Okay. Going to be moving into the last month of this year, which flew by like I don't know what. Okay. And here we are. Here we are, going into the year of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, turning ups last month. So what's the turn up going to look like? All right. How is that turn up going to look out there? Salaki. Right. Very interesting to see. All right. This next week should be very interesting. Everybody feels what is in the air right now. You got Negroes marching, right? Not calling on the name. Something wrong there. It's a good thing, you know, that the Most High is using you. But, hey, you got to do this thing in decency and in order. And what is the order? The name. You got to call upon the name. And you can make all sorts of excuses. And one of the biggest excuses is, I'm just a dumbass that has no understanding, and that's okay. All right? If you done made up an excuse to not use the name when you know the name, you can break down the name perfectly, unless the Most High took it from you, which he clearly did. He just used Satan to do it. Satan in a bag dictates whether you'll use the name. Like, hey, that's going off. Anyway, these things are being noised abroad, right? Whether they be bad or whether they be good, because you can do nothing against the truth but for it. All right? But still, what's the most important thing? See, the reason that the Most High does anything, right, is so that His name will be known throughout the world. Noised abroad. So if you're not using the name, you could just stop right there. Everything else is vain. It's easy. How can you not understand that? From the top down, your leader, who is on record, breaking down the name perfectly. I ain't even start yet. This nigga is trying to get me. We'll move right here. He's right directly above me, you little bitch. Let's see how well you do. Hope you fall and break your neck. Look at this. All right, anyway. So, First Corinthians 10 and 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. Okay? Yeah. Yep. What does it mean that Israel is waking up? Does it not mean that we're at the end of this world and destruction is coming? If destruction is coming, and there will not be one building, one stone left upon another, why are you trying to store up riches in this world? Directly above me. God damn if he's not. He's clearly. This dude is clearly trying to bombard me. Slovakia. All right. Hey, what are you doing? You are storing up riches for what? What is left of the world? Just the garment that you wear. All right. The uniform. All right. The size and numbers. I was watching the brother Manat Zagba on the way over here, and he's he showed a little snippet of Asaph. Okay, talking about the number of views, right? Well, the number of views, they ain't got no views. They had 8 people watching. What does that mean? Okay, in the spirit, if you're not being carnal, what does views mean? Okay, if your channel has not been taken down, right? If you're not being shadow banned, if your channel goes back 10 years and nobody's effing with you, what does that mean? It certainly means something. If they didn't want your content to be seen, they have the power to do that. If they don't give a rat's ass about how many people are led astray, right? Well, then they're gonna point directly to you, like Ronald McDalton. They pointed directly to this guy and said, "Go watch this movie because you're being completely led astray." Now, how hard is it to understand that? How hard is it to? I mean, we're dealing with the devil. I got more views than you on the devil's platform. You're looking at it all wrong. Here's some assistance on how to look at this. If you've got 2 views, right, and one disappears, then you know you're over the target. Are we not dealing with the devil and deception? If you got, we got thousands of views. We got thousands of views. Hey, the devil here's how the devil works. The devil will pump your view. Oh, gave him 500 views. Everybody's going to watch this shit now. And here you are all proud and prideful because you got 2,000 views, 500 of which started the looky loop. Oh, they got five. And this is Jake. Jake's dumbass in the world. I want to see something flashy. I want to see a flashy garment and a bunch of Negroes marching. Yeah, that makes me feel good. Okay? Don't be deceived. All right? It's real easy. Where's the name? Let's start with the name, and then the fancy garments, and then the money, and then the 501c3. Are we jealous? No. Jealous of what? Of what's left in this world? About looking flashy on the way out of here? No, we know what you're being used for. We know what the Most High is doing. We're in the spirit. We're in the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash. We see you. Okay? We're not trying to eat at this devil's table. Kyrie gives a $60,000 bag to Ishmael to distance himself, right? What is that? What happened right there in the spirit? What happened? See, that whole thing was for that bag. Right? That whole thing is to enrich yourselves. All right? And the men of what do we see? What do the true men of the Lord see? Right? Well, we see the Most High is using you. You didn't get your payday. All right? That means that you're right there with Kyrie. Kyrie ran from the truth to hide himself, to show Esau that he's not down with us. He's not down with the word. He's not down with Yahweh Shai. Not once did I hear Kyrie say, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And you think he don't know? He knows. Okay? Not once did I hear the ones trying to support Kyrie going in that direction. You're following, okay? You're following Kyrie. Okay? Purple and gold. You're following Kyrie. Where's Kyrie going? He's running from the name. He's running to the Muslims. Okay? What is it? Islam. Okay? Wasn't it the purple and gold that had Islam listed when you were running from the SPLC or whatever, the ADL? You got your 501c3, where Islam. I remember that. You remember that? It had listed on your website, or whether it was on your website or whether it was on the JDL or ADL or SPLC, whatever it was, you were listed under, you were hiding yourselves, right? Under Islam. Not sure if it was Islam, Muslim, or whatever. It had something to do with Ishmael. And then you got Vocab Malone, Mark Eric Reiser, John Mark Reiser. Okay? The German so-called Jew who wants us to be Muslims. He wants to equate us with the ISIS and Al Qaeda. And here you are letting them do it. That's like a nigga saying we are the black Hebrew Israelites, right? Who does that? And that's Sakari. Oh, we're the black Hebrew. No, you're not. What about Issachar? He's a black Hebrew Israelite? Come on, man. Come on. So what are we about to see? Well, everything's about to be exposed, okay? And the spotlight right now is on who? Purple and gold. Whoever wants to get caught in that net, you're going to run straight over there. That's why Kyrie gave the bag to Ishmael. Right? The other God, Allah, Ishmael's God, and big up to them and ran from Israel. Okay? And that's all a sign. Apparently, the army that Kyrie has is the FOI. Apparently. Okay? Which is, hey, what is that? Most High ain't dealing with no FOI. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not dealing with the FOI. Okay? And apparently, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not dealing with the purple and gold. God in Christ bless is dealing with the purple and gold. Out of their own mouth. Funny that what comes out of your mouth. See, every idle word, you'll be held accountable. This is an idle word. God in Christ bless. That's a whole different demon. God in Christ bless. That goes right back to Caesar. So really, you're out there marching for Caesar. You're not marching for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. It's easy. And you can't deny that what is being spoken right here is not the truth. It's just the truth. Now, how much weight does it have? You can explain that away all day. Or you could say yo play yogurt. Nigga, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Every idle word. See? Just that alone should have sparked so much controversy in the whole camp, right? Nigga, what did you say? That is taking the name in vain. Yo play yogurt? Nigga, that's still around. That's intrinsically attached to that camp. Along with all sorts of other things. False witness, slander. And you think that somehow that's okay. It's not okay. It is not okay. And we're so close to being judged for that. That's what's being set up. Like this guy, Charleston White. Everybody knows this guy is about to be judged in front of everybody. Everybody is sitting there waiting. What's going to happen next week? Okay? Starting tomorrow. Right? What domino, what shoe is going to drop next? All right? Because this thing is getting good right now. It's getting good out here. treasures. Let me get this real quick. So, Matthew 6 and 19. And these are milk. This is such milk. See, Jake is so deep, right? How can you be deep but you don't understand the milk? Matthew 6:19. Lay not up. This is Yahushua speaking. Who is speaking in the red letters? Are you so simple as to say Jesus? You might say that for understanding, but after that, you get right to the absolute name. Okay? Does the truth matter? Truth absolutely matters. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Your little bank accounts and your little paper money is about to be broken through and stolen. Who's the thief? It says, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Let's get the thief. This is Zechariah 5. Zechariah 5 and 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of the house of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Who is the thief? Well, the house of the thief is Babylon the Great. We're standing in it right now. Who's the thief? Rape, robbery, and murder. Who's that? It's lucky. In the Apocrypha. Bear with me. This is the book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. Who is that? That's Esau, the thief, the murderer, the killer. Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. What do you mean, thieves break through and steal? It means this. You think you got some money in your coffers right now. You're being told not to try to amass this wealth on this side, because that wealth, this money, which right now is FRNs and coins, okay, you are, in order to maintain that, right, which is your goal. It's clear that you're here to get racks and bands, right? You're trying to stack, right? You're trying to get stacks. And you lost out on 60 stacks when Kyrie went and handed them to Ishmael. And here's the point. That's your main motivation, clearly. In order to keep that coming up like December 13th, as early as December 13th, in order to keep your little riches, what do you have to do? Well, we got to go directly to Revelation 13 and 16. And this is why you're hiding from this, because you're motivated by money. And this can't be dealing with money. This is to track a dog or something like that, which we're way beyond that. And see, here's what's going on from the top down with the purple and gold. Your own words are destroying you. First, we go all the way back to what, the 80s? The 90s, let's say the 90s. When you broke down the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua perfectly, and there's a record of it, right? And then there was a record of there ain't no Jacob's trouble, moron. Well, if you would have understood what I was saying, moron. There's a record of everything that you've said, and I mean, you could explain it away in the world, but can you explain it away in the spirit, where you know, where the angels have already recorded everything and put it on your tab? Okay. Now here's the biggest one. It's June. There ain't no micro C hits. Okay. That's on record. Why? Why is that on your record? Why is that on your tab? The reason that the MOT to the beat can't be the micro C hip is because of your bag. That doesn't jive with your bag. You're like this, hey, you know what? They might be right, so that can't be the MOTB, because that don't roll with my bag. And what is all of this? All of this means? That means you would gladly participate in the NWO to keep your bag. What you're trying to do is make your bag big enough so that when the change comes, it won't affect you so much. So, what manner of person, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved? What about the dissolution, the dissolving of all of this? Where does your bag fit into everything burning up? I'll tell you what don't fit. Everything burning up. You don't believe it. You're not a believer. You're not a believer in the name. You're not a believer in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You let that go a long time ago. Here's what happened. And I can clearly see it. It's clear. Here's what's going on. In the year 2000, when Yahushua didn't come, everybody quit. Except for like 4 guys. Right? And really 1 guy. The Most High put the spirit on the elder apostle Tahar to stay true. Even though everything fell apart, and the Most High did that, he brought like 1 person. He put the spirit on 1 person to carry forward. And everybody else was like this. The games that were being played and run at One West, like the oil tables and the hustles and stuff like that, right? The younger guys at that time were like this. Hey, I can do that. I can use this truth to enrich myself. Right? So you got Johanna, you got Nate, you got Bubble Eyes. Okay? They're like this. Well, I could go do my own thing. I can make my own money. Which is clearly their goal. 501c3. I'll go do what I have to do. I'll stop saying the name. See, because the truth stopped mattering. They were like this. Oh, I'm disillusioned. And you can see. And was I there? No, I wasn't there. But I can clearly see who stayed true to the doctrine, who didn't change it up and start doing things for filthy lucre's sake. And it's real easy to see. Sorry. You could get mad all you want, and you could jump in my face and flex up. That doesn't stop the truth. All right? That's a reaction to the truth cutting you. Right? Here's the truth. It's clear to see. The elder apostle Tahar, and this guy Asaph, he even admitted it. He's like, he's probably the oldest guy who came in the mid-'80s, right? He came with it, and he's the only one still doing, he's the only one that made it through the year 2000. The year 2000 changed everybody, except for the elder apostle Tahar. He doubled down. What he didn't come up with a money-making scheme. Hence, the Bumalites, the bumkin. You understand? He didn't go get a 501c3. He didn't say, how can I make money off of this? How do I capitalize? How do I sell this truth? Everybody else did. And it's clear. Right? Zabak. HOI. HOI is suspect. HOI is suspect. Sakari is suspect. These guys are selling T-shirts. Where's the GMS T-shirt? Everybody else got a T-shirt. GOCC. Gawk. Sakari got smell goods. Okay. These are the oil tables of yore. Okay. T-shirts. I'm selling fringes and the starter kit. These are the oil tables of yore. Sack day. Oh, it's sack day. It was a hustle, right? And what happened was individuals that felt slighted when Yahushua didn't come in 2000, they said, well, I could flip. Now is my turn to be the guy that all the money is coming to. And it's clear to see at this point. Here it is. We're at the very end. And you got people trying to secure their bag. Right? The MOTB can't be. And here's another thing. How do we know that the Elder Apostle Tahar is the only one that kept that true doctrine? Because the MOTB is the C-hip, and he's the only one pushing it. Everybody else worried about your... See, that C-hip deals directly with your bag. You got a 501c3? C-hip is going to destroy your bag. It can't be the MOTB, because that's going to fuck with my bag. Exactly. And you're supposed to turn your back on them. But see, these niggas ain't turning their back on their charter, on their bag. They're trying to grow the bag. And that's what chasing after Kyrie, chasing after Kanye, chasing after Duckworth. There's a track record of you chasing after the pocket. There's a thing, and it's clear. Old wise man can see it, right? Let's just say this. I've been in this thing long enough to see it. Not just hear the stories, but to see a man's actions. To see what you got people out here doing. So, people are being exposed right now. And you're about to. There's no way, all right? Everybody who ain't right is about to be exposed. Okay? It's going to come out. And that's what this is. This is exposure, if you can't see it yet. Purple and gold, stretching around the block, you're going to be exposed. This is the first step in you being exposed, right? How do you die of exposure? Because you're not sick. You're not being protected, right? You're not in the strong tower. And you're going to succumb to the elements. Especially those elements that shall melt with fervent heat. All right, back to Matthew. Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. They're gonna get your bag, man. You know how? One of two things is gonna happen. You're gonna lose your bag, or you're going to take that C-hip to keep your bag. And your bag is more important than the hour of temptation. And you're not going to be kept from the hour. You're going to succumb to the hour of temptation. You don't even understand that. You can't see it coming from way off. All right? The Most High is not going to keep you. How do we know the Most High is not going to keep you from the hour of temptation? Because you said, ain't no C-hips. Ain't no micro C-hips. So therefore, let's read it. This is Revelation 3 and 11. Salaki 3 and 10. Behold, Salah, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, didn't do it. You didn't do it. You didn't keep the word of his patience. Okay? And what is that? All right? Well, we're reading it right now. Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. How are they going to break through and steal your riches? Because they're going to force that micro C-hip on you, right? And if you refuse to, your money's gone. They broke through and stole. So either you're going to lose all your money, or you're going to take it and say that it's not it. And when you do that, to hold on to your filthy lucre, okay, you know that the Most High you know that you didn't keep the word of his patience. Okay? And here's the word. Here's the word of his patience. Don't take the C-hip. Don't invest in money. Okay? We're rich already. You don't need this man's money to be rich. We got this truth, but you don't have it anymore because you left the truth for money in 2000. 2003. It says, when did the purple and gold, when was it started? 2003. Oh, that's a short, after you woke up from the devastation of Yahushua not coming in 2000, you said, what can I do? What can I do to enrich myself? So you hatched a plan to enrich yourself. It wasn't about the truth. It was about, how do I sell t-shirts? I got a copyrighted name. Oh, I got a sign on. I got to make a pact, Faustian bargain with the devil, called a 501c3 charter. I'll do that. So I can enrich myself and be the boss, and nobody can tell me what to do. That's all out of order. Suddenly I don't have to, I'm no longer under the elder apostle. You were always under the elder apostle. You were out of order. When you made a break and you went left, instead of staying righteous, okay, you were about that money. And that's why the MOTB is not the micro C-hip. Because of your bag. So you are not going to be kept from the hour of temptation. You did not keep the word of the Most High's patience. The elder apostle Tahar kept the word of his patience. He didn't come in 2000 like everybody expected. And how patient was he after that? He didn't set up no t-shirt, no marketing scheme. Smell goods, Passover, $100 per man. Huh? Huh? ISUPK. Huh? Come on now. And here we are at the end. What about the end? What are you going to do with all your money at the end? See, this is why the CHIP ain't the MOTB to these people. Why? Because they've been working for 20 years now to grow their bag. And they don't want this thing to come to an end. You're supposed to be looking for and hasting. You're not doing that. Not even. We finish the whole scripture. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You're going to take it because you lost patience. And you took your hand off the plow, for real. You took your hand off the plow. You guys are out there posturing. Where's your fringes? Huh? Where's your fringes? Well, I suppose I should run down to your store and buy me some. Where's your fringes is about this. Nigga, I got to make my money. I got fringes for sale over here. Where's your fringes? You should have fringes on every piece of clothing that you wear so that this nigga can enrich himself. Who can't see through that? Where's your fringes? Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You didn't hold fast to what you had. You had the name. You broke it down perfectly. But now, you weren't patient. When it didn't happen in 2000, you were offended. And so you came up with a scheme, a money-making scheme. And we see the fruits of the money-making scheme. Not the numbers of people that you have. The numbers of people that you have not calling on the name of the Lord. What do numbers mean? If you got 5 people in your whole camp, 2 calling upon the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is more than 200,000 not calling on the name. How simple is that? Who instructed all 200,000 of you not to call on the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? They're all going into the ditch. So here comes the ditch. Okay? A line of niggas in boots. Right? Nothing wrong with boots and fatigues. You got to be fighting the right battle. Okay? The name. It's about the name. Everything is about the name. No. The whole book is telling you about the name, the name, the name, the name, the name. So it could just be that easy to say what the devil taught you. Here's what the devil taught you. That can't be the name. What comes out of the devil's mouth can't be the name. what is it? Grievous, treacherous. What is it? Let's get it. It's not treacherous. Grievous. I always forget that word. Can't find it. Slocky. Slocky, bear with me. God, I can't get it. I'll have to think about it. Slovakia. Name of the Lord is something to the heathen. Gosh. That one word is preventing me. Somebody put it on the comment board. So, let me get back in there. Don't quit. I can't think of it. All right, I got to move on. Vaccine. I can't think of it. Let's get out of this game. And we could do this all day. This is Zechariah 14 and 9. And the Lord shall be king, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Yahweh, and his name one. Okay? That dreadful. Dreadful. Okay? His name is dreadful. The water call all y'all Bashim Yahshua Bashim. The Most High's name is dreadful. Let me get that. Dreadful. Among the heathen. Malachi 1 and 4. Salaki. Hold on. Salaki. Yep. Malachi 1 and 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth a sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am the great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. So they don't want to hear that name. Okay? The water Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai for the spirit. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kadash for the spirit. The Most High's name is dreadful among the heathen. Okay? And I'm sorry that it took so long and that I dug in hard because I knew the word, it just wasn't coming to me. And I tried to search around it, and that word had to be that word. Dreadful. Okay? What does it mean? What does it mean that the Most High's name is dreadful among the heathen? Well, it means can a Jew be a Gentile? All right. What is this? What is this talking about? It's Jeremiah 10. Who is being spoken to? Nigga, you're being a heathen. You coming in like a heathen. And what do the heathen do? Jeremiah 10. And the name of this, they got a heading on Jeremiah 10. It says, idolatry brings destruction. That dollar is an idol. And you're in love, the love of money. That's your idol. And you're being a heathen. All right? Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, you Israelites. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. The MOTB is a sign of heaven. This heaven. Okay? The heaven that Esau, we're in his heaven right now. And one of the signs of heaven, one of the signs of Babylon the Great, this heaven, is the micro C hip. And Nate, you're dismayed at that sign. Signs and wonders. That's going to be like magic. Okay? To be able to know where you're at, to be able to know all your statistics, to know how much money you got. That's ultimate, that's a miracle, if you will. Signs and wonders. It's a sign. The C hip is a sign. Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Whose heaven? Esau's heaven. You're dismayed at this C hip. Yes, it means the sun and the stars too. These signs, the blood moons. Okay? Those are signs that Esau's heaven is coming to an end. The micro C hip for us is a sign that Esau's heaven is coming to an end. But some of you Jakes that are being heathens, it says, learn not the ways of the heathen. What is that? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He's got the fatness of the earth. He's got money. He's got riches and wealth. And that's what you want. Material wealth. You don't want the riches of our kingdom that is here now. You can't even see it. This nigga's bombarding me again. You understand? The name, okay? Is the name important? The name is the whole thing, right? This is Exodus 20:7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain, for a thing of naught. Woo! That's scathing. Oh, the laws, keep the laws. Keep the laws. What's that, the seventh commandment? You're taking the name in vain. What is vain? A thing of naught. Vanity. Worthlessness. Look up vain. That's scathing right there. Scathing. Vain definition. I think it's trying to bombard me. Vain, producing no result, useless. Okay? So, what it means to not take the Lord's name in vain, right? To render it as useless. You're saying that the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is useless. It tells you not to do that, not to render his name useless. You're saying that we don't have to call on that name. That is a classic example of taking the Lord's name, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, in vain. How can you follow this camp? They're clearly taking the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai in vain for a thing of naught, and using a name that is completely vain, useless. Okay? Esau is calling on Jesus Christ all day. And you're teaching men to do so. Well, let's get that. And teacheth men to do so. Okay, so we've established that you're taking the Lord's name in vain, right? And teacheth men to do so. Matthew 15, Matthew 5 and 19. Woo! And teach men to do so. All right, so you're taking the name in vain. This is Matthew 5 and 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. You're teaching. How many you got in your congregation, in your camp? And women? You're teaching them that it's okay to render the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai useless. That's what you're doing, man. You're not keeping the law. You talk about the law and keeping it, you're not keeping it. No, I'm not closing the camp yet, but I got to get that precept. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Keep the law. For this is the whole duty of men. You're not keeping it. We get down to number 7. What's the name? If thou canst tell. Oh, it's Yoplait yogurt. You're clearly out for filthy lucre's sake. Let's get filthy lucre. Filthy lucre. Titus. Woo! Spirit of the Lord. Let me get Titus 1 and 10 first. Wow. Salaki. Okay, this is Titus 1 and 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, you let it go. You were dismayed. You were disgruntled after 2000. Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. For there are many unruly and vain talkers, there you are, and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. That's you. You know you're Israelites, you got a camp. You're not calling on the name of the Most High. Whose mouths must be stopped. No, we're not jealous of you being pushed out there. But your mouth must be stopped. And the Most High is about to stop your mouth. He's going to send this devil right up on the purple and gold. Whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. Woo! Woohoo! Filthy lucre. And there you are. And it was the spirit. I didn't know what I was going to speak on coming out. Like, I got on them yesterday. Then on my way down here, I see the brother out in is it South Carolina, and he's expertly the Rebukinator. And it was in my ear all the way up here, and then I'm like, okay. And it's just the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So these guys are going to be used for something coming up next week. Something is going to happen. Okay? Because they did get shut down. Kyrie is like this, no nigga, I'm a Muslim. I'm not dealing. That you're not my army. Basically what he said. No, I got an army behind me. Well, apparently the army is the FOI because he's giving them money. He's promoting, if you will, Ishmael, Allah, not Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Where's the name? You're getting all this publicity. Where's the name? Just like Kyrie ain't saying the name. Kyrie is he's pushing Allah. Kyrie's pushing Allah. Nate, you're pushing Christ. And you're all about to get caught up in that. You're ashamed of the name. All right? Is there anything on ashamed of the name? Bear with me. Just looking. Woo. Woo. This is Luke. Wow. book of Luke 9:26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. That's them ships. And what is Ronald Dolt? What is Ronald McDolton? What is he calling the Most High? Yahuwah? What is he calling him? Yahuwah and Yeshua? He ain't calling him Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Otherwise, that movie wouldn't be doing shit. They'd block that movie hard. See? You got to have the balls to push the name. Right? You got to have the balls to walk down the street broke for pushing the name. Most High is going to give you enough to sustain you to come out here and push the name. Right? And in the end, you get everything. So when the ships come back, pursuant to Luke, when the ships come back, they're going to find you ashamed and they're not going to deal with you. Or they're going to deal with you. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Oh, they're coming back in them ships with them lasers. And they're not going to deal with, well, here's how they're going to deal with you. All right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night to you niggas that are trying to get your bag right. I'm going to show you why. Because you're not looking for it. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. If you were worried about that, you wouldn't be worried about some fucking stupid bag. Because after the burning up, nigga, then we get everything. The forces of the Gentile. There is no more bag. There's ownership. There's rulership. Not a fucking bag in Rothschild's world. How big is that bag? 60 G's. We lost out on $60,000? What the fuck is that? That's what one basketball nigga can give. Second Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You're not doing that. You're trying to hold on to this and make sure you got some money in the NWO. Meaning the MOTB ain't the C-hip so that you can keep your money and spend it. That's short-sighted. Here it is. This thing is over. Gonna be burned up. But you don't believe that. You're not a believer. You're a non-believer. Because you're definitely not doing what you should be doing, looking for and hasting. You're not doing that. saying that the MOTB is not the micro C hip and standing on it when it's perfectly clear now. It's perfectly clear now. We'll give you a pass 5 years ago. Ain't no microchip. We'll give you a pass on that. Are you going to repent? No, because it means you got to throw away the bag that you've amassed. And the only way to hold that bag is, you know what's coming. You get it now. And you probably got it a long time ago in your spirit, knowing that all your hard work from '03 was going to come to naught. See, your hard work from '03 goes into money that is going to come to naught. Not the kingdom and the spirit. That's not going to come to naught. What about in the kingdom where there are untold riches? You want money? You don't want money in a world that is about to be burned. The elements are going to melt with fervent heat. You're not pushing that. You're leading a line of purple and gold niggas to their demise. Right? The blind. You're blind. And the rest were blinded. We'll get that again. Keeps coming out. You're blind, baby. You're blind to the fact. All right, so this is Romans 11. Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So this is basically saying that you're not of the elect. And I'm not saying who is and who's not. This is saying that. Okay? According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. Hey, what's the name of the Most High? You're not hearing. You can't see that. All right? We're talking about the blind, right? This is the book of Matthew 15 and 4. 15 and 14. Matthew 15 and 14. Let them alone. Let who alone? Purple and gold. Why? They be blind leaders of the blind. Who's that? Let Johanna alone. Let Nate alone. Let Bubble-eyed Blackfish alone. Let HOI. Is HOI saying that the MOTB is not the C hip? Let them alone. Why? They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. There it is. And that's what the Most High is doing. The Most High is setting a trap for the 2/3. Okay? You're not using the name. Come on. You broke down the name perfectly. Trying to get your bag right. And now you just got put out there on Front Street. You put yourself out there, right? They calling you militants and murderers and all kind of shit, right? And we know that we're in that time, but what does that signify? It signifies the time of the end. Okay, the elements are going to melt with fervent heat, and you're trying to hold your bag, and you're going to take that grain of rice in desperation to hold onto your bag. They put you in jail. You'll bail yourself out because you got a little bag, right? Well, yeah, we'll let you bail yourself out. Here, on your way out, roll up your sleeve. All right, so hey, it is what it is. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, like don't take the Lord's name in vain. For this is the whole duty of men. You got your whole congregation, lead them straight into they don't know who to call. I bet you they're going to call on Yahweh Shem Yahushai when the going gets real. They're like, this nigga done fucked us off. Calling on Christ is getting us nowhere. I know the name. How many are going to do that? We'll see. It's Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, all right? So with that, we're going to say, Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David, all right? Shalom.